So it's a time to realize doesn't matter who you worship in each other's eyes. Hand in hand we stand together, people we are. Somos uno. Love each other, that's how we create a better world. Makes no difference who they tell you it's your enemy. Fight the hatred, love is bound to bring us victory. We are one. We are one. Let's stand together and live the dream that make us stronger than. And in hand we'll make this happen for real. Somos uno, we are one. Tell us that we'll stand together and fight their crimes. They'll never separate us, and we'll see that this is our reality. Somos uno, we are one.
Somos uno, somos todos. Aceptémonos los unos a los otros, nuestros defectos, nuestras virtudes. Hay que amar al prójimo y no dejar que nuestras diferencias construyan esos muros que nos alejan. Creemos conciencia, cultivemos la tolerancia y nuestros deseos, todos nuestros sueños por fin serán una realidad. Préndete a la idea de dar y compartir. Quiere, extraña, añora más intensamente. Al final, solo somos uno.
Standing hand in hand, our future's never us to take.
Like that. I like your intro music.
You like that? You like that? I thought that was kind of appropriate.
Oh,
you know,
it's been a while since I heard that. Actually,
yeah, it's a good tune. It's a good tune. Listening back on that, good stuff.
Oh, let me adjust my thing here.
Oh yeah, we are live and direct tonight. What's up, Randy?
My gaming chair. I got I'm all camo, so you guys can't see me. I'm all hidden.
Right, you trying to blend in?
I got my Iron Maiden hat on, and
is that what did you wear when you went to go hunt your turkey? You were like,
I just got back from killing the Thanksgiving dinner.
You're like, yeah. You're like, I put a whole bunch of turkey smell on me.
Deer pee.
Right. Good evening, everybody. What's up, Dennis? Hi, Amalia.
How's it going?
Good.
Amalia and Dennis, that's a nice surprise. How was your Thanksgiving?
It's good. We had a traditional meal that we cooked at home. We went for a nice walk. And it's pretty low-key, right, Amalia?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Do you have a turkey burrito?
No.
I'm glad we're all still awake. Like, you know, usually you get the naps after you eat.
Oh, bro,
so,
I took 2 naps today, so.
Oh, nice. So you're ready?
While I was hunting, I was napping also
right,
at the
yeah.
same time.
Awesome,
No, I
awesome.
I did take 2 naps. It was kind of strange. I was like, why not? And then I was like, okay, how about another one? And then
right. You're like, how much time do I have still? All right, yeah.
I got a lot of time.
I'll squeeze another one in. You're like,
I'm gonna celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow also, because
right.
Might as well.
Right. I imagine everybody at home's got some leftovers, right? You know,
and
making leftover.
Where'd you go, or what'd you do?
I chilled. I saw my brother for a little bit, briefly. Everybody went and did the food deliveries and stuff, and
nice.
And then now we're back here, chilling. Glad I didn't eat enough where I wanted to cancel or fall asleep. Be like, tonight's episode canceled.
Well, you know, this would have probably been like hundreds of miles of driving for me these days. You know,
right?
You know, we're all in Las Cruces, right, or from Las Cruces. So I imagine most of us would have made the trek down to Las Cruces, and then on Thursday or on Thanksgiving, I after I see my mom, I go to El Paso, and then go see the family down there, and then hang out, and then I eat all the food down there, and I got to finish that plate too. It's like all this rationing out. I got to plan it all ahead.
Right.
And then I'm so full, and I'm just like, and then
Right.
and then
Instead of two naps, you get like 2 meals, 3 meals.
yeah. So it's a lot. It was kind of nice just to hang out, too. So, but I missed everybody in the family, so that was a bummer. But
Right. And you, Dennis and Amalia, y'all chill. Did you guys make the family phone calls and all that?
We did, yeah. We did some Zoom stuff, and we took a walk with my mother-in-law. She lives a few blocks away from us, so we took a walk with her and her husband. That was nice.
Wasn't too cold out.
No, oh, we watched the Macy's Day Parade this morning.
Oh,
That's a family tradition, so we kept that going.
cool.
yeah, that's
Macy's
cool. They
Day
kept
Parade.
that going.
We did, yeah. There was one that was airing earlier this morning, where it was just like highlights of years past, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Amalia got to see a Pentatonics perform. She's a Pentatonics fan.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Pentatonics. How do you say it?
Pentatonics, and I did chorus last year. We're not able to do it this year, but I did chorus last year, and we performed "Sing" by the Pentatonics, and
Wow.
that's how I got into them.
Cool.
Pretty awesome.
And now you're a lifetime fan?
Kinda.
Kinda. That's good. We're all lifetime fans of music and singers and stuff.
You're a
And you're quite the
pentatonic
singer
addict.
and musician yourself, Amalia. We've seen the videos of you that Dennis shares with us online of you and your growth musically. You're coming to be quite the musician yourself, Mija.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's how we all started here, is watching our parents and everybody. So it's a nice tradition to keep alive as well. Besides the Macy's parade too, right? Like keeping music alive, family style. That's always beautiful.
I watch football still. Kept that tradition going, Always watch a game or something.
How is football now these days with all that's
It's
going
fantastic. Nothing's changed. Everything's the same. No,
on? Is it?
it's for it's kind of weird. It's a little it's nice because for me, I don't know. It's a break away from reality in a way. I try. I know what there's a lot of things and all this stuff with the protocols and stuff, and I don't know, but you see it going, and it's nice to just kind of get away from everything. And I don't, I kind of say I'm not that violent of a person, but something I like about watching football and 250-pound linebackers smashing into each other, and it was fun. And my dad and me, we used to it was a Thanksgiving tradition, and Christmas too, when we did hang out on Christmas, we'd watch football for sure, and his team was the Cowboys, so they always played Thanksgiving, and usually an afternoon game, so it would be like go eat with my mom, and then go down to El Paso, and then hang with my dad, and that's all we would do. We wouldn't talk about anything else but football. It's funny, like we wouldn't talk about anything, like how's anybody in the family doing, anything. We just talk stats or the players, and he's good, yeah, so he's from UTEP, and if they're anywhere near UTEP or from UTEP, my dad was like, yeah, he knew everything about him and stuff. So that was about it, so it was kind of cool just to watch that and just hang out, so
Right on. There's no crowd or anything, right, for football?
no, I was gonna say they do, like, well, Dallas, they had some fans, but it's nowhere near the capacity. I don't know what their limitations are, but a lot of other games, there's no fans at all, and there's all this canned audience sound.
Right.
It's all what?
Right.
Who's all? Yeah, they score a touchdown. I'm like, there's nobody there. Like, and what happened the other day on a Raiders game? The coach, since there's no crowd, one of the coaches or something got mad and said something, and the refs heard it, and they gave him a personal foul because I guess he cussed at him, and it was like, well, you can hear it now.
Right,
There's
totally.
no crowd. So
We've talked about that before, about like you going to when you could go to football games, like the intensity of the crowd, like the
pretty intense.
volume.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So to me, I imagine, I was going to ask, it's like games are a lot more quieter, like you can hear, because there isn't all that crazy crowd. They have the crowd like we have here tonight. That's what's going on. But
It's like, just score a touchdown.
Woo, yeah.
There's nobody in the crowd.
I'm gonna spike my ball. I'm gonna spike my guitar after I play a song tonight for everybody.
Yeah,
I'll do a little end zone dance after I play the guitar. I'll be like, yeah.
But it
Cool.
feels like Sunday because of that too, in a way, because
Totally.
Usually this involves a trip to go down to cruises, and there was none. So then watching football, it feels like it's Sunday right now, and I'm like 60 minutes ago. Come on, I'm all old now. I'm watching 60 minutes and stuff, but like, and it's like there's no 60 minutes yet.
Right. No, totally it does. I was saying that earlier. It feels like a Sunday because anytime when we would ever like stop at my brother's house, it was always like on a Sunday. So like to do it any other time, it's like what? Like it just kind of throws everything off. And then just the vibe too, like we're all in sweats and everybody's chilling. It's like just a vibe.
I know I'm all in sweats.
Right. Cool. Right now, well, we thank everybody joining us tonight. Much love and thanks and blessings out there to everybody. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you are all doing well, staying healthy. I think it's time. You guys want to start some music? You want to hear some music out there?
I only got a couple songs, if that's okay.
Oh no, that's fine. This one we'll probably keep it kind of short and sweet tonight because it is a holiday. We don't want to keep too many people away from their families and stuff. But we hope if you're at home, you're watching with your family, because for us, we're like a family. Tonight is our Nosotros episode, and we'll be discussing everything Nosotros and Nohe y Santos, because that's also extended family with Alma Productions and stuff. So we'll kind of get into that and how all that is, because Alma Productions has been backing and helping artists for a long time. And it really, it keeps Nosotros going and stuff like that. So our extended families and stuff like that. So that's what the show is all about, is just showcasing. And now Mr. Dennis Jasso is officially the drummer for Nohe y Santos. So it's appropriate that it's a Nosotros Nohe y Santos episode. And I'll also be having her here, I think next week, actually. She'll be on here as well. I'll be doing a Mujeres Magníficas episode with 3 very talented women and stuff. So I'll just be hosting that one. Actually, I wasn't planning on performing. I was just planning on hosting them so we can highlight them and chat them and raise them up in this platform, And so once again, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and get started. I think, did you want to go first, Dennis and Amalia?
Sure.
We already got a request. Look, we have my love, who's in the other room.
Is it like, can Randy put on something else besides camo?
Right. No,
My
fiance Carmen Contreras said, can we please hear Amalia sing tonight? So we already got a request for Amalia to serenade us. The future. That's what we love here too, is to embrace that. A lot of the children of Nosotros are all music enthusiasts and stuff. So it's great to see all that. So
I believe the future.
right. So we're gonna hand the stage over to Mr. Dennis Jasso at FW Studios. That boy's good.
So we in our household are big Natalia Lafourcade fans. We often like how people do like family movie night, like we do that, we do that too. But sometimes we'll just watch music videos, and a lot of the times it's Natalia Lafourcade. We got really into Natalia Lafourcade, and we're gonna, as soon as this pandemic's over, a post-pandemic treat for us is gonna be to find a place that she's playing, a city that she's playing. We're gonna go check out a concert. So we're going to play one of her songs. You want to tell them what we're going to play?
We are going to play Nunca Suficiente.
All right. Here, you can sit a little closer. All right, you ready?
Nunca es suficiente para mí, porque siempre quiero más de ti. Yo quisiera hacerte más feliz, hoy, mañana, siempre hasta el fin. Mi corazón está ahí por tu amor. ¿Y tú qué crees? Que esto es muy normal. Acostumbrado estás tanto al amor que no lo ves. Yo nunca he estado así. Si de casualidad me ves llorando un poco es porque yo te quiero a ti. Y tú te vas jugando a enamorar todas las ilusiones vagabundas que se dejan alcanzar y no verás que lo que yo te ofrezco es algo incondicional. Y tú te vas jugando a enamorar, carreras por las noches entre historias que nunca tienen fin. Te perderás dentro de mis recuerdos por haber hecho llorar. Nunca es suficiente para mí, porque siempre quiero más de ti. No acabo nada mi sentir, aunque me haces mal te quiero a ti. Mi corazón estalla de dolor. ¿Cómo evitar que se fracture en mí? Acostumbrado estás tanto al amor que no lo ves. Yo nunca he estado así. Si de casualidad me ves llorando un poco es porque yo te quiero a ti. Y tú te vas jugando a enamorar todas las ilusiones vagabundas que se dejan alcanzar y no verás que lo que yo te ofrezco es algo incondicional. Incondicional. Y tú te vas jugando a enamorar, carreras por las noches entre historias que nunca tienen fin. Te perderás dentro de mis recuerdos por haber hecho llorar. Te perderás dentro de mis recuerdos por haber hecho llorar. Te perderás dentro de mis recuerdos por haber hecho llorar.
Yeah.
Dang, what's up? That's an awesome song. I love that song.
That's a great song. She's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool that you guys are gonna go find a city. I think that sounds like a good plan for you, for everybody to find like one of their favorite artists and travel wherever they're at as soon as you can and we're allowed to, and get out there and go do that, you know? So that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and we're all, Lucia loves her, Inga loves her. It's just, Natalia de la Forcada is a family affair. But I think my favorite song is what's Amor.
Amor de mis amores.
Yeah.
Nice. Really... You gonna learn that one next, Amalia?
I wanted to learn it, but then we couldn't find a version that was good, that fit my level on the piano.
Oh, you will. You will. Give it time. It'll happen. It'll happen. Everything comes in time, you know. I remember when I was younger and songs I wanted to like play and learn and stuff, and now I'm able to learn and play them and stuff. You're awesome. You'll get it. It'll happen.
That's awesome. That was great.
Yeah, that was a great job.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. We thank you for joining us. Let's see. We got some comments coming in. Way to go, Amalia. See, you got fans out there.
Yeah, look at that. Nice.
Even Mr. Randy Sanchez. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh.
He looks like a hitman from an 80s movie.
How come my face didn't pop up there? It's weird.
It's right there.
Oh, you see it? I don't see it on my end.
I see it.
See, it's proof what you see on the internet is not what I see on the internet.
Right. You can't always trust. Carmen at home. See, everybody's saying, yeah, good job, Amalia.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good job, Dennis, on the accompaniment guitar.
Yeah, man. Totally.
Yeah.
You can play.
guitar still wakes me out because I'm not, I'm still, it's not my instrument, but I have a lot of fun playing it.
No, you shine on every instrument, bro. Like that arrangement, a little Nosotros news for those out there wondering. Like I said, this show is going to be about Nohe and Nosotros, and we're going to be working on a little Christmas tune for those that are in the Christmas spirit and stuff. So stay tuned with that. But Mr. Dennis Jasso made the arrangement and sent that out with the piano and all that. So yeah, you get down on all kinds of stuff. I love that arrangement. I love the vocals too. I thought that was really. I thought it was good. I was like, now the way everything is affected and stuff like that. It reminded me kind of like of Alvin and the Chipmunks and stuff like that. I was like, I could hear families and kids like digging on this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like,
I did the whole arrangement in C because my piano chops just aren't great. So the key of C is just like a comfortable key for me. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a difficult key still. I mean, depending on the piece of music, right? Like you can still have difficult stuff in C.
But everything's white. All the white
yeah.
keys.
Ooh, shots fired. Dennis is talking trash about C, the key of C.
So much, thinking about accidental notes and stuff like that. So, so I did the whole arrangement in C, and then I just pitch shifted it up.
That's genius. To be able to think about it in that way too, using technology. I think a lot of people don't realize that where their favorite music and stuff that they listen to on a regular basis has so much technology behind it and stuff. And even in some cases like that, where it's done one way and then pitched up. I know for me, like I use the pitch plugin that I have in Waves for stuff like that, where like I had this Weeda that I was working with and it was just a little too high and like scratchy. So I threw the pitch shifter on it and I shifted it down a bit and made it a little more dark. And I was like, that's way better. So like, it's cool what you can do with technologies these days.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. So who do we got up next, me or Randy?
You got somebody else waiting backstage?
I know.
Come on.
Flip a coin?
Let's see. Well, since you're hosting, I can go next if you want. I don't know. Let's see. I was kind of really flying off of the
shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
That's how I do too a lot of times. Tonight I have a couple in mind just because of what's been going on.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, we're gonna hand it over
since I did this, so let's see how this goes.
Right, we used to do streams pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Now I'm glad to have you guys back on. Like I knew it would go pretty easy because we all started together, So we're gonna hand it over to Mr. Randy Sanchez, everybody.
You shine like a star. You know who you are. You're everything beautiful. She's hot like the sun. The loneliest one. You're everything beautiful. Well, I'll be goddamn. You're standing at my door. We stayed out in the city till the stars lost the war. So Friday night, Holy Ghost, take me to your level. Show me the one I need the most. I need the most. Wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high. And now we're here, it's been so long. We're two strangers in the bright lights. Oh, I hope you don't mind. We could share my mood, yeah. We're two strangers in the bright lights. I wish I knew you. I wish I knew you. Oh, I wish I knew you when I was young. Truth, it's all that you need. You bury that seed. You're everything beautiful. And that sound constantly on the ground.
everything beautiful. So what you running from? And they got you on the run. So Friday night, Holy Ghost, take me to your level. Show me the one I need the most. I need the most. I wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high. And now we're here, it's been so long. We're two strangers in the bright lights. Oh, I hope you don't mind. We could share my mood, yeah. We're two strangers in the bright lights. I wish I knew you. I wish I knew you. Oh, I wish I knew you when I was young. Maybe we can share my mood. I wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high. And now we're here, it's been so long. We're two strangers in the bright lights. Oh, I hope you don't mind. We could share my mood, yeah. We're two strangers in the bright lights. I wish I knew you. I wish I knew you. Oh, I wish I knew you when I was young.
Ow.
I almost forgot all that. I was like,
Oh yeah.
Nice. Good tune, man. I love that song.
and then we get to that soul section. I was like, oh, I ain't got no soul. I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot. Go back around. That's cool. Thank you.
Keep it rolling, you know? It's like it's imaginary solo. You hear it in your head.
Yeah, I heard it was like a quick 8-bar solo. It was awesome.
It was an oboe.
it was a great solo.
It was oboe, like this oboe dude jamming all hard.
I like oboe.
Right. Uh-oh, my in-ear fell out of my butt. No, well, I mean,
That's not where it's
out of the
supposed to
back
go.
of my pants. I know that. Maybe that's why.
That's
I'm
not where
having
you're
a hard
supposed to stick it. It's supposed to be in this hole, not down.
Maybe that's why I'm not having a hard time with them. Shout out to Shure 215s in the house, the official Nosotros in-ears, recommended and used by Nosotros.
I wish I would have got the black ones. Those are cool.
I got the blue. Which ones do you have? Do you have like
Mine are just like the silver.
blue ones?
Sure. Yeah, you know, if you guys want to send us out a matching set of blue ones so we all look
Right,
like
that would
Dennis,
be-
that'd be cool. No
We'd look all
problem.
cool.
I'd wear it.
I'll be like
underneath
that.
quick.
Be like, how's everybody doing out there tonight?
I'd be like, hey guys.
Yeah. Oh my God, too. I need a haircut bad. I think I have to buzz the clippers out and just buzz it up. Just gonna give myself a homemade haircut tomorrow. Since it's Black Friday, that's what I do on Black Friday. No shopping for me. Shave my head. Trying to do that no shave November thing, but damn, it's tough. I don't know how you guys with the thick and hearty beards out there do it.
It itches. I gotta get rid of mine. Shave. I'll take it off here soon.
Nice. Well, I
So
guess
you
it's
doing a
my
song
turn.
or what? Yeah.
I am gonna do a song. Let's see. I have one in mind, a new one that I just added. I put up on my SoundCloud. I've been updating all that stuff with some original music and some more tunes and some tunes I produced for our brother James Fox.
Oh yeah. Who's lead
Stuff.
singing on that intro song, huh? That's James.
Yeah, that was him,
Song.
James Fox. You heard him on, and it'll be the outro. I figured I'll use it for the intro outro today. I haven't quite officially made it the official theme music, although I do like it as theme music
You
because
just
it's
gotta
the vibe.
secure the licensing on it, man. You'll be cool.
I know. That's why I got it. That's why I was like, I haven't yet. Just because this is gonna blow up. I'm gonna be on Hulu and Netflix next week. Dave Chappelle was like, take off the Chappelle show and put on Gilly's Exchange.
That was cool on Netflix though to do that.
Right? No, totally. I got more respect for Netflix.
I do. I do too. Do a song for Dave Chappelle's relationship with Netflix, Gilbert. For
You know what? I think I will. Let me switch over here. Let me do my camera flip.
my Bella Fleck, little cow. I caught it from the concert. When they played the Paulo Soleri. Here.
Oh wow!
I
remember
caught it.
that's a good concept.
Yeah, I caught this there.
You caught it?
Yeah, because Allison bought me some front row tickets, and then they were like, "Oh," and Victor Wooten was like, "You, bro, you want?" I was like,
Oh really?
"Thanks, bro."
That's cool.
Did he pull it out of like a top hat, like he did some magic?
Yeah, he was all, huh? And I was like, "What?"
He pulled it out from behind your ear because he does magic all the time. He's like,
He's all,
"Hey, Randy," you're all, "Whoa!"
it's all.
That would've been- You had the power the whole time. It was like, oh man!
Victor Wooten. That is bad.
Victor Wooten.
I remember when Nosotros, when we played at the Telluride Jazz Festival. Yeah, and we got to see him. That was amazing.
He was cool. He was a good dude.
I remember I was in the food line with Victor Wooten at that festival.
Oh
And he was standing next to me. We were just talking, and he didn't have his credentials on him, like his backstage pass and all that stuff. And they were going to serve him. And I was like, "You guys know who this is? This is your headliner already."
No, I thought you did.
All right.
Like, no sandwich for you, bro.
They're gonna give him no sandwich. It's like, bro, this is like Victor.
But he was totally cool too. He was just like, he wasn't like, "Don't you know I am?" He was just like,
No, you had to be. You had to be his.
"Go get it. I'll be back."
You had
Right?
to be
No,
his
he
manager
doesn't.
and be like,
He doesn't ever have to do that because I think anywhere he goes, people do that for him.
This is Victor M.F. Wooten, man.
Right? Even at Starbucks, some dude
You should have grabbed that food and threw it in their face. Victor don't want to eat your food anyway.
He's all, "I'm out," and then he just boom, a smoke bomb, and then he disappears.
Man, Victor will go hunt his own food up there and Telluride, bro. He'll go straight up, get him something to eat.
Right? He did Bob Hamburg's the class or Bob Hamburg went out to his camp, right? He does a camp.
Bob's a survivalist too.
It's funny. Like Bob was telling that story about how he met Victor Wooten, and I can't remember what it was. It's some sort of like outdoor thing that they're both kind of in, like some.
They were just hanging. Yeah, they were doing survival.
It's survival kind of stuff, and then they're just in the class together, just hanging out, and then it wasn't until like they had like some sort of private conversation, that Bob was like, "Oh, okay, this seems like
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I play some sax," and Victor's like, "Oh, I play bass," and they're like, "Cool." And then Victor was like, "Hey, I'm actually playing the Telluride Festival, Jazz Fest," and Bob was like, "Oh, cool, I'll go check that out." And then he's like, and then I see Victor doing backflips, playing bass, and I was like, "Oh, damn,
that's great," because both those guys are just like amazing.
They're both great. Oh man,
Right? Totally.
Bob's out in the mountains and shreds it, man, on sax. Awesome.
Shout out to Bob Hamburg out in Telluride.
Yep.
Or where did he didn't live in Telluride? He lived right there on the outskirts.
He lived in Chromo.
All right, I think it's my turn. I think I'm ready. I didn't realize my guitar setup wasn't ready. Y'all can hear me out there.
Sounds nice.
Sounds great.
You got to do your screen though, Gilbert. Change you're in control.
Oh well, I was just taking a little water. I had to plenish myself.
Usually we
All
can
right.
help out, but we can't do that now.
I know. I should have sent y'all the link.
No, it's
y'all
all
know
good.
what's
I'll
up with
mute.
the StreamYards. Cool. Well, hand the stage over to myself. Good evening, everybody. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I'm going to do this one. My man, John Michael Vasquez out there. Shout out to Johnny V. He did all the graphics and stuff that you see for the Xchange. Johnny Visible at drunkmouse.com. Check it out. He did all the graphics for the episode and stuff. But I showed him the song that I've been working on that was a dedication to the Cruces band. So I'm going to do a Cruces song. This was a song. I was going to do it last week when I first heard the news. We had lost Mr. Chendo Ontiveros, who is the bass player for Cruces. And yeah, so I wanted to do something for him. I did some Commodores last week because that was just one of the big influential groups for everybody. And so this week I'm actually going to do a Cruces song because I added it to my repertoire. And you can check it out on my SoundCloud. I'll have it up on my Bandcamp here soon. But yeah, the version I did was more my style, my little Rasta Sabroso. And I'm just going to do it more traditional style, kind of how they wrote it originally and stuff. So we're going to send this one out to everybody tonight since it's Thanksgiving. We're going to send love out to everybody. So check it out.
Every which way they are searching different too. They are searching for a better way. No one really knowing that it's so damn easy. Yes, it is. Just love, all we need is love. 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 Now we could change this whole wide world today. If we could be so daring, 'cause we don't need the fighting anyway. What we need is more depth, and it's so damn easy. Yes, it is. It's so damn easy. Yes, it is. Just love. All we need is love. Just give me a little bit of love. All we need is 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 love. Just give me a little bit of love. All we need is love. All we need is love. All we need is love. Just give me a little bit of love. All we need is 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 love.
Yeah, a little bit of Cruces Band for y'all. That one was written by Mr. Johnny Trujillo back in '92. It was.
That's awesome. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a great tune. And
love that
I remember going to the recording sessions as a kid and being like, I want to be a musician, and I'm gonna like get to spend time in a studio and all this. And then it turned out I grew up in And I did. I got to spend time in the studio, and I have my own studio, and I get
cool.
to do
Let's do a
work at
version of
Dennis's
that.
studio and all that. But
We should do a version of that with Nosotros when we're back up and going.
definitely,
Cool.
I'm down. We
Something-
can.
That version, Gil sent me a version of that, the one that he was talking about that he's going to put up on SoundCloud, and it sounds awesome. It's really
Yeah.
It transferred well to reggae style, the Rasta Sabroso. You know, with a
But
little bit of Latin,
that's
a little
something
bit
we
of
could
reggae.
bust out like really quick. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a few
Oh, easy.
chords, and then Gilbert could sing it, and we could just be like, "Hey, let's do this while we're in cruises," and we could just throw that song down, man. You know, it'd
Right.
be all great.
That's our homage and our tribute and respects to Cruces Band. I grew up, and then actually too, when they recorded that at Gold Dust. You know,
Yeah,
Gold Dust
that's,
Studios down in Cruces. That's like
Nosotros-
legendary.
That's Nosotros' second recording is out of
Right,
same
right. I do
studio.
remember that.
That's cool. I remember when we were young, Cruces band was like the big deal. I remember being like a kid and just being like, man, those guys are famous. There's they're
Right? No, they had the sponsorships with Budweiser beer, and they would have like the Budweiser semi would like take their gear, and I remember it being like all empty, like, you know what I mean? And then they'd have beers and stuff like that for like when they would do weddings, they would have people like Budweiser would provide the beer for the wedding and all that, and it was just like I remember getting to ride in that.
and the beer.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, and then the Burger Time too. And Cruces was one of their sponsors and stuff, and so we would always be eating their Burger Time. Even last time I went to Cruces, I was like trying to get me some Burger Time, old school stuff. but yeah, like I remember riding in the truck
It's
to
Burger
Artesia for a
Time.
wedding, like riding in the middle, and riding up there to a wedding. And just being like, this is so cool. Like, I want to do this for my, and then now I do this for my life. And I'm like, oh, I spent so much time in the vehicle. And now I haven't. So it's kind of nice. Like, I kind of do look forward to that if we get back to some playing
We will.
and all that, the traveling and stuff. I do kind of miss the open road with the bros and stuff, the chatting and all the laughs and stuff. You know?
The smells.
Right, the smell. But yeah, no, I just remember that too, just because of everything. Gold Dust Studios, I remember being like, this is the first studio I ever stepped foot in, you know, and then hearing all the bands that had recorded there. What was his name at Gold Dust? Emmett Brooks, right?
Brooks, yeah.
Yeah, old school.
Emmett
Taking
Smith.
it back. Emmett Smith, right?
No, Emmett Brooks.
We're taking it way back tonight, y'all. Memories. Good memories. You know what I mean?
Cimarron.
For those that remember the Palomo album for Nosotros, yeah, that was recorded there. I remember hearing that too with like Dave's flute and Shane's electric guitar. It was like, whoa, bro.
Oh, that actually
That was
was
with,
done over at Trey Stallman, over at Stallman, one of the Stallman bros. He had like a studio in his house in the middle of the orchard there.
Oh, wow.
And we would go, dude, and he had these hardcore like pit bulls, man. They were like I forgot what kind of pit bulls they were. Dude, these things were massive and
You got to protect the
huge.
pecans, bro.
Oh man, dude, that was always a trick. He come on in, that's cool. Just and we'd be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, dude, like you could tell those dogs just wanted to eat us alive, and we were just waiting for like the word, like, can we do it? Can we do it? You know. And that's where he had like a place up above, like his pool room or something, and like and that studio was just basically, it's probably the size of Dennis's drum room. You know, it was the whole thing. You know, and it was, you did everything, and there was no isolation and
Recording into what, ADAT, DDAT, and all
oh
that?
yeah, it was like a Yamaha. Like Yamaha had put out their digital board or whatever, like the first sort of move into that, and I think they were probably using Cakewalk or something. Who knows if it was even Pro Tools, but I don't know.
One of the first versions of it.
Yeah. I only do so.
Crazy.
funny. I dropped Dave off at that session. He needed a ride. I remember he hit me up and
Oh yeah,
he dropped me. I dropped him off at
that big wall.
at that
Right?
session.
He's at that big old wall.
Pretty funny.
Stallman Farms, that's old school
Crazy.
too. We're taking it back tonight. This is the Thanksgiving episode, so we're taking
Still,
old school.
For those who don't think we're not from the area, it's like,
Right.
remember
Repping a long
Shannon
time.
Colony.
Right. Oregon. Yeah.
I thought that'd be a cool name for a band.
Salem Colony.
Colony.
We were like an
Nohe,
acoustic
or
Americana.
Burn Lake would have been a cool name for a band.
Burn
Burn
Lake.
Burn
Burn Lake.
Lake. Is that even there? Tell us, Crucis. If you're in Crucis right now, tell us. You can comment right
It's
now
not-
on the thing. Is
see-
Burn Lake still there?
I
Oh,
almost
those guys
drowned.
down there, Snow Road. You remember?
Yeah,
Snow
the
Road.
band
Oh,
Snow Road. Actually, shout out to
somebody
Chris
said-
Mellon.
Oh yeah.
And then Kenny's son, Jay. Jay was part of that group too. Kenny Arroyos. Shout out to Kenny Arroyos down there in Crucis. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, shout out to everybody in Crucis. Hope y'all doing well.
Snow Road. I forgot about that.
Just popped in my head with about Salem Colony, Burn Lake, all those Las Cruces.
Right. I remember cruising down Snow Road, like down because that was down there in Mesilla and stuff, and that was like the back.
Out there going by Stoneman Farms and
Yeah. Taking cruises. We'll just call it that. I'll say cruises with the explanation. I'm taking cruises.
I used to live out there, like in the middle of one of those pecan orchards out there. No, it wasn't an orchard. It was in the middle of past the orchards, but like in the middle of a cornfield. Or it was corn half the year, but it's like
I
this.
think I went out there once to that house. I think for
Yeah,
some
probably.
reason I remember that house in the middle of cornfield.
It's all started from the bottom. Now we here. Now you in Santa Fe.
It's like practically to La Union or whatever that. What's that winery that's out there? Is it?
Oh.
Isn't it La Union?
I think it's La
Winery?
Union, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was back then, like 20 years ago.
right. It's like Chopez.
De La Vegas now or something.
Right.
Mhm.
Nice.
Like 20 minutes.
Old school. Oh, we got Amalia back. Is she gonna do another song?
She's eating some Thanksgiving dinner. Well, the song I'm going to do, I kind of envision this to be like a sing along. So she might.
Oh.
So,
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, this is actually a solo piece, so I'm gonna have to have everybody turn around and
Right.
look at me when
What are you eating, Amalia?
I just finished my turkey. I've got red rose carrots, and I'm about to finish my sweet potatoes, and I have
Nice.
cranberry sauce.
Yum, yum, yum. If y'all watching at home, get yourself a second plate and then chill out with us. It's like you'll be eating Thanksgiving dinner with Amalia.
I
at
got
FW Studios.
round teas coming. I'm gonna do some ham.
Yeah, usually after these streams, I'm like really hungry, so like I'll be good to go after that. I mean, I love stuffing, so I'm gonna stuff myself with stuffing. But yeah, so who we got next? We got Dennis. We got Randy. We can play roulette. It doesn't really matter.
Go for it, Dennis. You wanna?
It's very free form. We shoot from the hip around here, people. This is New Mexico, so we shoot from the hip.
So this will probably be my last tune. I haven't spent a lot of time practicing vocals and stuff. So when I was like trying to do stuff for this tonight, I was like, oh wait, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's not gonna work. And then even this song I'm about to play, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to change the key. I'm gonna have to drop it a whole step. So I just tuned my guitar down. So we're.
Nice.
So this is gonna be my last tune. My last tune for the night. Yeah.
They call that drop D tuning. No, it's all.
Whenever, oftentimes when I'm brushing teeth with the kids, we put on a music video, or we brush teeth and kind of brush our teeth to some music videos, and a lot of times it's like an '80s song. Like we've been getting into like '80s music, right, Amalia?
Yeah.
And Lucia, my youngest, every time I take her to school, I let her pick the music, what she wants to hear. And like 9 times out of 10, she picks Twisted Sister. She knows. Here, Twisted Sister. I'm not going to play Twisted Sister tonight because although I love them, I just can't sing like Dee Snider. I won't attempt it. But I'm going to play a song from the 80s that Amalia and Lucia have both recently gotten into. And I'm sure everybody out there will recognize it. So I picture this to be like a sing-along. So please make yourself comfortable and sing along with us. There's a love in your eyes all the way. If I listen to your lie, it will say I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go.
Come, 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 chameleon. Come
You
and
come and
go,
go,
come and
come and
go.
go.
Love it would be if you colorful like my
My
dreams.
dreams,
Red, gold, and green. Red, gold,
red,
and
gold, and
green.
green.
Did you hear your wicked words every day? And I used to be so sweet. I heard you say that my love was in addiction. When we clean, our love is strong. When you go, you're gone forever. You stray alone, you stray alone. Come, 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 chameleon. Come and go, come and go. Love it would be easy if you colors were like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Every day is like survival. You're my lover, not my rival. Every day is like survival. You're my lover, not my rival. I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to stand the competition. Never would be easy if it comes with like my dreams.
Coming,
Red,
babe.
green, red, gold, and green. Come, 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 chameleon. Come and go,
Yeah.
come and go. Never would be easy if it comes with like red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green.
Ow! Ooh. Yeah.
Hey, I
Oh
dig that.
yeah.
I love that song. That's it. I like
That's
it
a
when
great song.
you know,
That's a great song.
I was thinking about that song actually not too long ago. Just like I heard it on, I think it was Ed Radio. You know, they have that station up here in Santa Fe. They play like everything. It's like a big smorgasbord of music, and
Oh yeah.
that came on the other day when I was in the van, and I was like, "It's a good song, man. Like these guys are writing some great songs, man,
Yeah,
back in
it's
the
great.
day."
That's what I love about that '80s stuff, dude. I'm a kind of a sucker for like
Dude,
hooked
Boy
to.
George, man, is a great vocalist, man. Though, like stuff he
Yeah,
does now, I've
Totally.
seen him do things now, and I'm like, this guy's pretty amazing. That's why he was who he was. He's amazing,
right,
you know.
right.
Now you make me want to bust out. Time won't give me time. Entirely nothing real. That's
Or,
yeah.
or
The Culture Club had some great stuff. They
you
were like the
already
whole thing,
wanna hurt me.
right? That song specifically
You
when it came
already
out, like
wanna
when you think
make
of
me
like
cry.
Sade,
You
and she
already
has the
wanna
album called Lovers
hurt
Rock.
me.
Uh-huh.
Lovers Rock is a
Yeah,
type of reggae, and
yeah.
that's what Culture Club
It's
was. They fell under. They were like one of the first to do Lovers Rock reggae. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
They
Because in
they
reggae we have rockers like the rockers rhythm and stuff, and they were the first to really do that. And it was that soft you know what I mean? Love
That's
reggae,
awesome. It's pretty.
great tunes, you know what I mean? And they was really Culture Club because they were mixed a lot. There was black and white and
It's awesome. Boy George too.
okay.
Look at him pushing barriers, man,
Yeah,
back in the
Right,
day,
right,
right?
totally.
You know, and then now it's just like whatever. Like his look was like people were blown away. Now you have to have pop like that in order to stand
Right.
out, you know? And so good for those guys, man.
Yeah, he was the first, totally.
So
Nice. All right. I just realized I'm not wearing a hat again. I'm like, I keep forgetting to get a hat to hide my mop.
I'm not going bald. I just don't like. I got.
I
hair
just
stuff
know I
and
got
stuff.
too much hair on me. It's too thick.
Going bald, that's probably wear my hat.
I need a new
Like I
hat.
said,
That's like I think one of
I
the
just
first
got
things.
back from camping or from hunting.
Right. So you smell like campfire. Actually, when we did the Ben Ray thing, I came home and I was like, I smelled like campfire
Yeah, we had that campfire
for the
smell.
backyard. That's the one thing about camp. I'm like, I love campfires, but like the smell, it's like everything. I have to wash everything, my hat and everything. Cool. Well, I guess it's my turn. I should have just left my camera angle where it was at. I didn't. I'm slacking over here, getting that turkey.
Or you want me to go next, or you gonna go next?
Oh, that was Dennis. How it was you, huh? Look, Randy. See, I'm forgetting. That's what I do love about this roulette. No, you can go because that's.
I'm gonna bust out a ringer because like I didn't realize like Dennis was gonna bring a guest, so I'm gonna bring a guest. Here, Allison, come here. Let's do this.
All right.
I'm gonna get Allison in here.
All right, and I'm gonna have to bring my girl in here. Okay.
It's my wife, Allison.
It's a family affair. Hi, Allison.
So I know we're right here at this time, and it's Christmas time, right? So how about some Christmas music? I'm gonna bust out some stuff right now, or we're gonna sing a little bit of tunage here. And I often think about this song from an inside joke from one of our buddies and stuff. So anyway, it's kind of inside jokey, but also let's get into the holiday season and try to have a great holiday season with what we have. So, all right. Let's see. I forgot what the intro was. Let's see. Maybe I won't do that. I can't get up there. All right, so we'll go. I'll just do that. Okay. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing and good shots of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle and jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell run. Right? We doing some Christmas tunes? And we'll go one more time from the top, because that's all this does. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle and jingling beat. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell ride.
Ow!
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, yeah. Nice. Thank you, Allison.
Allison saved
Hi,
saved
Allison.
my butt.
Great.
She saved my butt.
Take some of the pressure off.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like, wow, feeling it.
You're like, I didn't suck. We sucked together.
Yeah, no. It's like together though we better. Like it's all
Right.
right. No, it's fun.
Right. That's the thing
We're
about
gonna-
these streaming things where we're here alone, so it feels there's like we're used to playing with each other and kind of anchoring each other.
Well, that's what we're gonna
This is-
do for the holidays. I'm gonna break out the sound system, the PA, and I'm gonna take it to the living room, and we're gonna karaoke up with some Christmas songs and stuff, and
Cool.
break out some
Some
fun,
Knob Creek.
some fun, yeah, some Knob Creek. We're gonna be all alone, yeah, and I'm
all
gonna
warm.
film
You're gonna
it,
stay toasty.
and then I'll
Right.
share it with everybody. So
That's cool. And it was cool to hear Allison sing on the Stand By Me thing that we did too. That was nice.
yeah, it's just
Right.
been cool. Just like why not? You know, I mean, try to. It's like you know, and Amalia or something. Just I don't know, like so many times, right? It is just this where it's always solo, and you know, but it's I don't know. It's fun to bring in some people that are around you and those who we can, you know, when we
Right.
can. So eventually we won't be doing this that much, you know. We'll have this will be more special when we go online, but I think we're gonna have a more appreciation of playing with people when we get back to playing with people, you know.
Definitely. We got some more comments and stuff coming in. Inga, we know Inga.
Hi, Inga.
She said it sounds awesome. I'm glad.
I wrote the heart, and it sounds awesome.
Oh, you were trolling. You catfish.
Amalia hacked Inga's Facebook.
No, I didn't.
She catfished us. I was like,
I feel like in these last few months since like school has gone all like distance learning, and Amalia's spending like 6 to 8 hours a day during school on a computer. Like she's become like totally like technologically savvy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It
You wanna
has-
go over to my house?
Hacked Inga's Facebook.
You wanna get my IT over here going? My network? You wanna set my network
Right.
up over here?
I need somebody to do all these all the comments.
I'm looking for a
and-
green screen, background. I want some of that
Right.
Zoom green
I
screen.
know how to do that
that.
actually.
That's what I want to do, like where you do the cool filters and stuff. You make it fun.
Do you do school with a green screen behind you, Amalia?
Sometimes.
You're like, I'm in Hawaii. Mokalakahiki. It's all Waynesboro.
Hey, let's
Hawaii.
go to Delaware.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're in
Delaware. Delaware.
Time I did a background was actually a week ago from today, and it was my cat.
Nice. Cats. I love animals. I can spend so much time.
Behind her.
It wasn't huge.
Nice. Well, then you tell people this is my protector, and if you come to my house, and this cat will eat you. My giant cat protects around the moat.
Did you guys get a dog yet?
Nah, they really want.
Dogs are awesome. I love
You
my
wanna
two
you wanna see
doggies.
my dog? My dog's awesome.
See?
too.
They agree.
Oh man,
Dogs are way awesome.
I love dogs.
Okay.
Let's see. We got my brother Matthew Naheda in the house saying, "Hell yeah, sounds great, brother." And then he said, in regards to the lake, he said the park is there, but the lake is empty. So
Yeah.
Burns Lake, no more.
Burn.
Burn Lake. I used to always say that. I think
But swimming in there, like
I used to swim. I almost drowned in there.
it was cheap.
Trying
Whoa.
to swim out to the platform that was out there. One time.
Right, the platform that was in the
And then
middle.
my buddy, like, I'm like, I can't make it. I'm all tired. And he looks at me, and I was gonna help me, and he's all, "Hey man, you better quit messing around. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, man." And I was like, dude, he's all threatening to beat me up, and as I'm drowning, so that gave me motivation to like, I want to get my ass kicked, so I swam back to shore.
You were like,
I know.
Just
So much
paddle.
pressure. I was so tired.
just kick. You were actually kicking and screaming, just like, and then you managed to make your way back,
But
basically.
then I went back out there. I got to
It's
prove
like
myself.
really cheap to swim there. So like my mom would take us all, all four kids. I think I think there was probably like a quarter or 50 cents or something, you know.
Yeah. Can we tell them what it was? It was the runoff. It was the city runoff, man. And they were charging us 50 cents to go swim in this runoff water, man.
Well, they should have just let you do it for free.
I wonder if
I
that's
remember
what's
not
going
going
on
in
with
there
y'all.
like swimming to the plank because I remember
Could that be
the
what's up with our generation right now, Dennis? Is the burned lake water and swimming in the canals and
Right.
eating the catfish out of the canals? Yeah, that could be it.
Fish there too. I remember there was like a one part of the lake where you could.
You fished, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what
Totally.
they must have stocked it, right? Because I don't.
Yeah, they stocked it. They stocked the lake too, you know, and sometimes catfish would be like, you know, oh,
Crazy.
dude, like yeah, so bad.
I remember never wanting to go to the plank because of Creep Show 2, the movie.
Oh,
How there was one of the scenes was there was like a thing in the water, like they were on a lake.
oh,
And there was the float, and they had and it was the same thing. And I kept thinking the same. I was like, "There's some blob that's gonna eat people in the water."
And you know, it's only like really like 10 feet of water. Or like,
Right.
It's probably not even like that deep. It's probably like 7. But since you can't see it and touch it, it seems it could be 100 feet.
Right, boats are like scraping the bottom of it. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like you might get stuck. You're like, "Oh, I hit a shallow part." You're like, "Cool." Well, I guess it's my turn again, huh?
Well, that was cool. I'm tapped on my songs tonight. So
No, it's all good. I'll
you
bust
got-
out another one and we can chat a little bit more. We can kind of catch up on what's been going on, and then we'll call it. It's already almost 9, so the original plan was try to get these down to 9 o'clock. So we're actually making good time tonight. We can get back to our gravy sandwiches in
What are
no
you gonna
time.
do now? What song are you?
I
gonna
don't
do?
know. I'm closing. This is technically the closer, right?
Oh, so you gotta.
I got to do a
heavy
big
hit.
finish. Let's see. What am
You
I
gonna
going to
do
do?
Feliz Navidad?
I was actually thinking of it, but I might save that for
You do
another
my-
time.
Didn't we do my drummer, a little drummer boy one time? What did we do that time? We did those couple Christmas tunes, right?
There was I was going to actually start posting them. I was waiting until tomorrow since it's the day after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I didn't want to put it too soon. But Little Drummer Boy, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, and Feliz Navidad. We did those 3. And yeah.
We did those with Nosotros.
No, we
me
did
and-
them. They were alto estilos, like
Oh,
those
okay.
alto estilo tracks. That's why when you said you wanted to do an arrangement, I was like, we already have, like, there's a couple if you didn't, but you already decided what you wanted to do. So it was like, but we had some already kind of ready to rock. If we
Yeah,
needed to.
Dave, when we were playing with Quantum Blue, Dave had this really cool arrangement of my favorite things.
Oh yeah, you know what? I
Oh,
heard that in
nice.
here, man. Like I was.
It's such a great song.
So
But I remember
that-
arranged so that
Did he sing it or what?
no, he played it on his horn,
Just
but
played it on sax.
yeah, but we would we kind of go in and out because you know it's in 3
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. And then he would.
jazz waltz, and then like on the
Yeah.
but we would
I'm
go
gonna.
into a straight up 4, straight up swing. You know, really cool arrangement that they did, and I think I have a recording of it somewhere. But Amalia's going. Bye, man.
Bye,
Amalia.
Amalia.
Thank you for singing.
Have a good
That
night.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you for joining us tonight. It's always great to have the family
Gotta come on
involved, especially on Thanksgiving and stuff, to see everybody still together and stuff. So
Bye.
have a good night. Tell your mom and sister we said hello.
Okay.
Cool. It's always great. That was our first child guest tonight. That was like the first ever child.
It's like a child prodigy, bro. You're like
Right. I'm gonna open
You're
this.
like
It's gonna be
Johnny
like
Carson.
Star Search.
It sounds like, yeah, it sounds like John Carson.
Star Search, bro. I'm gonna start having kids. It's gonna be a kid competition. Like kids say kids play the darndest things, and then it'll be like savant kids getting down all crazy, all busting out drums. So I'll get that kid on the internet that plays the drums all badass. I don't know. There's like a billion of them. They're like all over the place.
We'll find a
I know. I just saw
5-year-old.
one today that just blew me away. I was like, holy cow.
How old was he?
I have no idea. But I mean, he looked 10, 11, something like that. But he was shredding. What trips me out with a lot of these kids is, you know, because you can play like licks and tricks all day, right? But it's like the taste and the feel, you know, that comes with the maturity of playing. But you hear that in a lot of these kids, you know, like some of them are just playing some of the like.
But I
tasty-
think they're doing the same thing though. Like they're not. I don't know if it's quite the same vibe. They learn to interpret the taste and the feel of what they're hearing. You know, almost to
Right.
like the same sound of the word, so even the inflections of the players that they're listening to, like they're doing it without even realizing what they're doing per se, and
Totally.
wait till the maturity really comes in, and then they understand what they're doing, and then it's like develop something new, and then all of a sudden you see these kids that are just out of control. But then some of them don't do anything, right? Wouldn't you? Isn't it kind of strange? There's so many proteges I've seen out there, just prodigies that are just doing things, right? And
Right.
then you don't hear. I mean, you don't see a lot of like hits, right? Or continuation of it. Hi, Mike. Come here, Mikey. Come here.
The big, um, oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say about that. Oh, to that, well, that's kind of how we learn too, though, with certain things of trying to learn. Like when you learn like when I was learning bass and listening to Tower Power and like Rocco Prestia, like having to mimic that. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but I was it's the same thing what you're saying. You're mimicking that. It's just something that and then eventually it like a light goes off in your head where you're like, oh, okay, that's what this is. But a lot of times you're doing stuff before you realize, like you don't really know. You know what I mean? Like you're just copying your favorite player. You know what I mean? And you
Right,
don't realize what he's showing you with that. Where you're like, oh, okay, this is some dynamics and stuff. Like you have dynamics before you know what dynamics are.
Yeah.
And stuff like
It's kind of
What trips
So
me
it's
out with a lot of, I mean, it probably happens on your all's instrument too, but I see some of these drummers and, I know probably like electric bass and guitar, electric guitar especially, they're still fairly new instruments in the whole scope of, the development of music and music history, right? Like some instruments are really old, right? Like hundreds of years old, but like, the drum kit is still, it's probably about 100 years now, I think it was the early 1900s that you started seeing drum kit, and electric guitars probably not even reached that point yet, but because they're still relatively new instruments, you see these like new techniques that are being they're still being developed. Those instruments are still evolving in a way. The techniques are still evolving. And I see some of these drummers like what they're doing with their kick drums. Sometimes and
right. I was just
like
gonna say
the
that.
heel. They're rolling their heels.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting like 3 to 4 notes out of just one.
Right. Yeah.
They're
And metal drumming, dude, metal drumming's big. It opened all that up because of that. Speed is like the game, you know what I mean? So I trip on that where you hear a guy and he's doing galloping and he's doing this double bass stuff and it's 1 foot. You know what I mean? And you're like, yeah, back in the day, my brother's band did that, but the fucking dude had like 2 50-inch kick drums that he fucking played. Like they were giant and he had 2 of them and it looked like he was running and sitting down. You know what I mean? And this dude's doing
Eddie Van Halen, the first one that did like finger tapping,
No, it's like it's old. That's kind of old. It's just he took it to another level. But dudes were doing that. They're doing it on acoustic guitars too, but he just took it to the next level. Like he just,
and I see Victor Wooten doing some stuff on bass sometimes, and I'm like,
well, his thing of like the whole like this thumb up and down kind of thing is now it's been adapted by guitar players. The same thing now. So you see bands like Animals as Leaders doing things where they're just like doing crazy like alza pura. It's like flamenco technique kind of a little bit, but like in another genre and just
doesn't he do something like where he's doing like his thumb and then also like
they're doing that. They're doing like hammer-ons out of nowhere is what they call it, like where you just like the force of your finger hits and makes a percussive attack and vibrates the strings. So they're doing that, and then they're plucking, and then they're also doing like upstrokes and thumping. Like it's wild. Like me and Shane talk about that sometimes. That technique.
He like opened up the whole thing to like shreddiness of it, like not just groove, but like all this kind of shred. Like you see a lot of people that have developed the style, and that's what it is now.
Right. Yeah.
Like I like it a lot, but like some of it, I'm just like, yo, like
no,
damn.
that makes sense. Like those instruments are still developing, where you have technique on violin that's been established for quite a while, and some symphonic horns, and certain things, and probably the limitations have been recognized, but then you see things like on piano too, and people are doing some crazy stuff on piano still, and this instrument is way old, so who knows? I just use it for melody lines, make sure I'm in my ear training, that's all this for, like it's ear training
time,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's all. But it helps. Having a keyboard helps to figure out harmonies and your lines, and especially as you're talking about singing now. Oh, I always try to go to the keyboard, figure out now what's going on, you know. And I don't know. I do see it sometimes a little easier than even on guitar, or you can hear it just because it's just, you know, usually the tone of it, it's just right there, volume.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems.
Well,
You
I feel
can
like
hear it.
piano's just laid out in such a
And
nice
it's
way.
laid out. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
See it right in front of you, you know.
I can spend a lot of time on piano.
This way's high, this way's low. Whereas in
And
guitar,
we're not like jumping out of like octaves, you know. It's not like we're like all over, you know. So you can kind of get in one area and be like, okay, cool. just
right.
that's all I need.
Cool. Gilly's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
just
you can keep chatting. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. No, I had it. It was weird. Like 10 minutes ago, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this song," and then poof, it just went away and never came back. And now I'm like, "Damn, what was it? What was it?"
Oh, they
It was
catch
gonna
you.
be all acoustic though. I was like, I'm trying to I like doing my looper and stuff, but like sometimes I need to get back to just the straight acoustic, and my voice chops. And so I like that vibe sometimes. What I was gonna play though? Does it have love in the title again? No, I'm just-
You wanna
so many
just-
songs about love. We need
all you need is love.
right.
I want to do a night, you know, invite the whole Nosotros crew on to where we do like a sort of like a tribute night where we all pick like a song of a band, and you know, Beatles is kind of like an obvious one, you know, because their library is just so huge of, you know, like hits and stuff. But I think that might be a fun night to do this, you know.
like one of
Totally.
our favorite bands, or one of
Yeah,
the.
or just pick a band. Like tonight, we're gonna play all Beatles tunes, and then everybody, you know, just sort of picks one song from the Beatles and plays it, or I don't know, whatever other band we choose. You know what I mean?
Let's do the Who.
All right, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna use the loop, and I'll do this one since Randy called me on it. So let's do this. It's just one of those where I'm like, do I feel confident enough to play it? I haven't played it in a while, and like, do I feel enough? Do I feel like confident enough to pull it out? You know, on the fly. So I think I do. So let me go ahead and I'll hand the stage over to myself. All right, let's do this one here. Since we're in the holiday mood. gets me in the holiday spirit. Sing along at home if you know this one. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz, bro. Navidad.
We got something coming out with that from the Nohe Santos. We did a reinterpretation of that song recently. I'm putting it together, and Nohe's gonna put out a video here.
Nice.
shortly, so something reflective of the times. But yeah, that's cool. I dig the looping. It sounded really cool over here.
You gotta love that song, man. That song's like we play that song often at Thanksgiving with my family.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, like that's the first Christmas song that you guys bust out.
Yeah,
That can,
my dad, my dad's plays piano. He's a pianist, and
yeah.
we'll have a little jam session often on Thanksgiving. And
I think that's what we're gonna do this year is jam out because we would travel, right? It was a traveling time, so a lot of times we didn't even. I mean, your family, you guys are in one area, kind of, and kind of end up hanging. And when you get a lot of families that were separated, and you have two families to go, some people go to three, it just depends. And I miss a lot of that where you would kind of get together, the chatting
yeah,
time was a lot different. So this year, yeah, Alice and I were just like, we're just going to karaoke and get all buzzed out and we'll have a good old time with it, so looking forward
but
to
it feels like
Christmas.
Feliz Navidad. Whenever we play that one, it's like we're not sure like ever where to end it.
Right? We could just go and go.
It'll be like this 10-minute Feliz Navidad jam.
With solos,
It's kind of like those two parts,
Right.
back and forth.
It can go forever. It's just
It can go forever till Christmas. You start on Thanksgiving. And
it'll go to
Right.
Christmas.
go to Christmas time.
what's it?
Cool.
Man, I love that song. You gotta love Feliz Navidad.
Right on, right on. Cool. Well, that's it then, right? Like anything else you guys want to plug? I know we were talking about Nohe Santos. You guys are working on an arrangement for that for the holiday as well. Right now is the time to get into some Christmas music, and to be producing stuff since we're kind of stuck at home.
Yeah.
And a lot of us kind of have the home rig, like the recording setups and stuff that we're able to do stuff and still put together music and all that. Like I said, Nosotros is working on a Christmas song as well, and yeah, just like right now is the time you'll be seeing more and more content like that. You won't necessarily be seeing live stuff, but you'll be seeing that having the recordings and the physical copies that you can enjoy over and over again and stuff, from Bandcamp. In fact, let's do a little plug here. If you like
Oh yeah, 'cause
Nosotros music, make sure you go to nosotrosmusic.com.
tomorrow Bandcamp's waiving all the fees for the artists too. So if you guys pick up any merchandise from any artist on Bandcamp,
Oh, for Black Friday?
100% of the proceeds are gonna go to the artist. So
And then we got noeisusantos.com right there.
check that out.
And then Randy was talking about Bandcamp.
Yeah.
You got the Santos Bandcamp right there.
We got a new song up there right now, a new rendition of one of pieces. It's an acoustic version of the song. So check that out. It's $1.
A remix, if you would. Remix. We don't do DJ remix. We do acoustic remixes. What else? Let's see. We got here. If you were enjoying stuff tonight, we have these PayPal links here. Alma Productions. That's for Nosotros. And then we have the Nohe Isu Santos PayPal. If you feel like donating a little bit to keep the music alive and stuff, to support what's coming out here pretty soon, and stay connected with us. We're going to be releasing stuff here, so you'll be able to see all that when we finish it. The Nosotros video is going to be social distance style, so it'll have the whole band, but everyone will be shooting their stuff via their location and stuff.
You'll
So
probably
it'll be
see
nice.
this.
Right, you're gonna see this behind me here. You'll see. Actually, except I'll be wearing a Santa hat. It'll be tilted to the side like this. I might have some elf ears too. Who knows?
Yeah, I gotta start working on my song, on my arrangement. Dennis got those out arrangements, so I'm gonna get that this weekend. And I feel like today's Sunday, man. I swear. Like I only got like 2 days to get this song done. But I got tomorrow, which is great. I'm gonna treat it like it's another holiday and just do that. And
when is the Santos stuff expected to be released?
so, well, we just put something up this past week with Tempestad. It's an acoustic version of the title song off the album. And then Feliz Navidad, I think, is what we're going to do. Is going to come out here, sometime before Christmas. Just a simple content thing, and we'll share that out there too. And we did a bunch of stuff too while we were in quarantine that just kind of we couldn't get to because of the current lockdown right now. So, but we have a lot of stuff and that's out there right now, and we'll have some more content coming too. And So it's nice to kind of at least stay visible like that, you know. Both bands kind of doing the thing as much as we can, and you know, luckily that we're okay and we're still all healthy, you know, and you know, I think all of us have probably been affected by somebody during this time, you know, and passing away, and we send out our condolences to those, you know, that we've lost, and some of our musician pals as well, and
Yeah.
so, you know, I think trying to stay healthy and make it through, and that way we have this industry that relies on people being there. You know, we have to have people
Sure.
here, you know, and we'll get there. Well, I know we'll get there, and so just keep doing what we're doing. I'm working on my chops. I'm ready to hit it back hard when we go. So
Right. No, totally. At least, like, I think what I really dig about these streams too is that it keeps the creative juices flowing too. Usually when I get done with the streams, I'm kind of inspired to keep doing music and stuff like that. So it definitely helped. And then the playing the instrument and stuff kind of keeps me on the instrument. So same thing too. Like this weekend, I'm gonna hit that arrangement for Nosotros and stuff. So it'll be cool to bust the bass out. I try to bust it out, you know, every day, but like to sit down and record some more stuff. The track I did recently, it was great to get out and play some bass then, and then it made me realize, like, yeah, I gotta do this more often. Like even if it's just pulling out tracks and jamming along with stuff. Because back in the day, like when in high school, I wasn't in jazz band or like any marching band or anything like that. So I would just put on CDs of like Jamiroquai and like my favorite artists and play them loud as shit inside my house. And I'd drag in my big ass bass amp from the garage and I'd like rumble the living room. I would just like have jam outs in my living room playing along to like my favorite songs and stuff like that. So I'm like kind of want to get back into that again and like learning songs like that on that. You know what I mean? A lot of times I end up learning songs on the acoustic to sing them and stuff. It's kind of like I haven't just played some bass chops and like got to get that up. Although the arrangement that you sent for the Nosotros, I don't want to say the name of the song yet. I want it to be a surprise for everyone. But like I was already hearing some cool ideas that kept it moving. So I was like, cool, I want to already have an idea for what I want to put down on it. So
Yeah, I mean that was a lot of fun putting that together. That song. I mean, we could talk about it, or we could keep it secret. But
it's
I
not
think,
literally. It's not like we're making nuclear weapons here or anything. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
this is a Christmas song no one's ever heard
I
before.
know.
Though. No, I'm just
Yeah, this is a new Christmas song. Like what? What? Did Nosotros
what?
write a new Christmas song?
It's a song that really I think goes along with this era, you know, in a weird kind of way because it was written during World War II,
Oh, wow.
and as sort of like a dedication to the soldiers, you know, that couldn't come home for Christmas, you know, and so
I didn't know that.
this season there's a lot of that, you know, people can't go home for Christmas really, you know, and so it was. I don't want to equate like my experience to what a World War II soldier was experiencing, you know, because I do think that you know that was pretty intense back then, you know, but not at the same time, not make light of our situation right now, you know, like it is. It's a sad situation that we're in right now, you know, and it's tough, and it's tough for a lot of people, especially the holidays. And so I thought that was a really kind of cool song because you know that, and it's probably obvious now. It's "I'll be home for Christmas," and the very last line is "If only in my dreams," you know. And so I think that's sort of the thing that ties the whole song, the whole meaning of the song together. You know, like it's just sort of a fantasy, you know.
Right. Right. You're wishing you're there. You know what I mean? Your heart is there,
Right,
even though
right.
you might not physically be there. And right now, it is very reflective of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like that's totally. A lot of us wish right now, like Randy said, this would be a holiday that we would be. Like if I was doing the stream tonight, you would be in like Doniana with your family, or you know,
Totally,
and
yeah.
Randy would be down on.
Tonight for sure.
What part is that? Where that your mom lives? What is? I always know South Main, but I don't know the. Is
Oh,
that La
my
Union?
mom? Yeah, no, she just lives out there in
Is
what they
that La
call it?
Union?
No, they call it Mesilla Valley Acres. It's
Oh,
like
okay. See,
it's
mine was Hacienda Acres,
it's
like up
just
there.
past like Carver and stuff right there, you know. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
See,
just
like that, you would be there, and then I
yeah.
would be with my family as well in Cruces and stuff. And so that
I
that's what we're
probably would have
wishing
been
that we
tied
could.
up. I would have been in El Paso, like still driving, and then like I would be like, let's see, what is it right now? Yeah, we would have ate. We would be hanging out in the in the one room, chatting just now. Hey, how's it going? You know, kick back for probably another half hour. Sorry, but get tired, and then go make the trek back home. You know, or then what we would do is usually be like, well, who's like done hanging with their family and still wants to like pate?
Right. That was
You
always
know,
kind of like a bros after
and
party.
then we would go find a
Like
rogue
Mario.
after party. Oh, or
Go to
something,
Right.
man.
Or go to
Yeah.
Mario's or
Oh,
something.
and then
Shout out
party
to
till like
Mario.
party till like 3, you know, whatever,
Right.
4, or just to
I
until
remember
like.
one time when Nosotros, when I was like, I think I was still the sound engineer. When we went to Cruces for Christmas break, and it like fucking stormed all hard, and we were partying at Scuba's house, and like it was
Oh,
all like it was
I
like
remember that.
6 to 8 inches of snow outside, and
It
and I
was.
remember driving from Albuquerque through like a crazy storm, and then the first place we went to was there because everybody that was in town, that's what.
I can't remember, but I remember that, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody was flying into the airport that night, and I was at Eric's at Scuba's house, and then I had to drive to El Paso in the
To go
snow
get,
to go pick up somebody at the airport and drive
and
back.
then drive
Like,
back.
Dang.
And I
yeah,
just remember like hanging out throughout the night and looking through the blinds, and it's like it's getting worse outside. Like it's just like
It
still
was
coming down.
gnarly,
And there was like
man. I remember
the
that.
Christmas
It's,
stuff was
driving
like
back from El Paso that night in the snow, being like, you know, half a dozen cars, if not more, on the side of the road, all two
right.
ways.
And
And
us with
that's
our
because they don't know how to
experience,
drive for sure. The snow. So I mean, but
right,
that was like a dumping snow. That was something that would be hardcore for up here, you know. And like people down there,
right.
like, wow, what?
No, totally. I remember that. I was like, but yeah,
For
we used
sure.
to do little rendezvous like that. So,
Yeah.
so it would be very different as far as if it was the same. And that's where a lot of us are at right now, having to call our
Right.
family tonight. We're like, we'll be home for Thanksgiving, even in our dreams.
yeah, and I'm excited to get that song out. I think it'll be cool. It was fun working on that. This week was a really like fun week for me because I spent half the week working on that arrangement, and then the other half working on the Noise of Santos thing that Randy was talking about.
Right.
Um, and so it's just most of the time I'm working on like other people's music in the studio, like mixing or recording or doing whatever I'm doing here in the studio. But it was nice this week to just have like some time to really work on the projects I'm involved with. So I'm excited to get both of
Yeah,
those.
we got time to do like the passion projects or really focus in on those things, that kind of make us do what we want to do,
Right. Well,
So,
a lot of work that we do too, like when we get hired to work for people, we're helping them achieve a goal and stuff. And it's nice when we actually get to put something else like for ourselves where we're like, hey, look what we did. Like, you know what I mean? It's always nice
yeah.
to be like, look what I did for this guy and stuff and like promote, but then to also be like, well, look what I did in the process of that as well. Like don't forget that I do stuff for myself. Like, don't forget Nosotros makes music too. We don't just back and support other artists.
Yeah.
So like it's nice. I'm looking forward to that as well. We haven't done anything like that in a while. And then, so if y'all want to check it out, make sure you're checking out nosotrosmusic.com. Oh wow, my mouse froze up.
Yeah, I was thinking about 2020 and like how what a difficult year it was, or is still. We're still in it, but um, just thinking about how I think we've been fortunate, so far. Like we've been able to put some new things out. We did that Mama Tierra video in the very beginning. We've done a lot of these stream things. We actually played a couple of. We did the drive-in concert. We did the postcards from Santa Fe. I mean, um, I don't know. I think in retrospect, it put us in a position to have to do things, and think differently. And like, that even that postcards from Santa Fe thing, that wasn't something that existed before the pandemic, right? That
Right.
we recorded that and we did that for, because of the situation we were in, really. So I don't know. Try to find the silver linings here and there where we can. We won a New Mexico Music Award. It wasn't the total, um, throwaway year. It'll definitely be a year that we look back on.
We got a
And
song licensed, that's
All
pretty
right,
cool.
that's you.
yeah, that was that was actually a really big thing for us.
And
Yeah.
it was kind of a bummer in a way because we didn't really get to push it as much, really, because it was like when it happened, it was like everything was crazy. And then I mean, it is there. It's the Americanos. It's from Go what is it? Go America, right?
Go USA.
Go
Go
USA, Go
yourself.
USA, and we'll probably share a link for that up again and stuff. It's a thing we did at for Santa Fe, and talked to Nick down at Evangelos. But yeah, we didn't get a chance to really say what we got licensing for a tune off of that, and that was pretty cool. And it would have been really great if we were working and then got that too, and like we would have been like cool, and but yeah, it's been a little bit, just having to, you know, pinch up the wallet a little bit, and be careful, So it's
Yeah.
good though. I've managed to have a lot of things that, I needed. I'm glad I have during this time, like my computer. I managed to get a microphone here that's a little better quality for doing stuff. And now recording wise, this is a great mic to use,
Yeah.
and a new interface and a couple things that I'm like, okay, this is going to be really exciting to use now, and it'll be exciting to use in the future. So
Right. Well, you expanding a little bit, having to learn
My
those
niche.
new things,
yeah,
you know. Yeah, and then like too, also Nohe Santos. A lot has been going on with you guys with that too. A lot of releases. You guys did some virtual concerts as well and stuff.
yeah,
It's really cool that it's we got like the fam. We've always kind of had a family thing going on as far as when we've done music and stuff like that with each other and stuff like that. And Noe Santos is an extension of that now with Dennis playing drums with them and Randy being a founding member and stuff. So and then Justin Bransford, amazing bass player, pillar in the Santa Fe music community. He's stepped in for me on bass for Nosotros and for me with Joseph General, and he's just this outstanding bass player. And then
man.
Mr. Rafa Terera, songwriter. We met Rafa through like Frontera Boogaloo and Fuga and all that. Like just we just have the extended family.
Great
And then Miss
songwriter.
Noe. I remember when we met Noe, I was doing that acoustic. I did acoustic gig for like the Santa Fe Realtors, and it was me and Randy. And then we started talking to her, and she's like, "Do you know Dennis Jasso? And if
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working with them and all that." And we're like, "Yeah, we'll be seeing you." I was like, I was
Yeah,
like,
and then
I think
Dennis
I
hired
think
us.
I'm. Yeah, I was
He
like, I
hi-
think
he
I'm the bass
hired
player
us.
for your session.
Yeah.
And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, like we're usually the go-to guys, and stuff like that. And then it's blossomed from all that, and like just keeping everything going and the support that it gives from what we've learned with our experience in music and stuff to be able to go and help other artists nurture their dream and their ideas and their songs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
It was,
really cool. And
Reading an
out
article.
of
Oh, go ahead.
right, no, I was just saying out of that, it's actually kind of snowballed pretty fast. Like a lot has happened. You guys got with Tom Frauge and the avocado artists and stuff, and so like that helped out a lot. But I see you guys making moves. The Mundial, what is it? The Canada. What did you guys just do for Canada? The Mundial.
Mundial, Montreal,
Montreal Mundial.
Montreal,
Okay.
Mundial.
Montreal. Okay. I was like, I know there was
That was
another
all in
N.
French too. That was like a networking thing that was kind of interesting to check out. And there's these showcases that happen, and we were fortunate to like be part of it and have some new music to release. Well, to release some stuff to showcase for it. And Dennis went on, and it's Canadian. It's up in Canada, so one of the things was all in French. So it's wild because the country's right there, and you think usually we're Spanish, and there's Mexico right here on our side, but up that way it's like English, and then French is like what you're gonna get, and so it was like, oh, okay. And but then we were talking to them, and it was kind of cool to be part of that networking and see that kind of happen. And there's lots of things like that. A lot of people were talking about how these streams are, you don't have the interaction of the crowd, but at the same time, this is a great way to showcase what you do for when the time does come, for when you're back, because showcasing your band or music is important. So much releasing it on the internet is one thing, but really trying to get other people to release it for you, and try to push it out there. And the more content you can grab, the better at this time. It's limiting though. Some of us don't have all these options, and some of us can get creative with what we have. And one of the guys was saying that it's important to be creative with what you've got and try to keep doing these things, stay motivated. So that's all we can do. And we've been fortunate that people have been kind of keeping an eye out and stuff there. So
Right.
Yeah.
Being supportive of it,
yeah.
Well, I think as musicians, we'll all come out of this era, just a lot more savvy. You know what I mean? Because we've been forced to think out of the box, and we've been forced to like learn new skills like this. Who would have thought, StreamYard or Zoom or whatever, would be a valuable tool for musicians, but now, post pandemic, I can see how we might still incorporate a lot of these ideas, and these use these tools and resources that we've learned, and I remember Tom in that meeting we were in on that Montreal Mondial thing where Tom talked about everybody is now like a TV producer, so and I see Gil, with his lights and his camera angles and
Yeah, you got the matching symbols here on the side.
Right.
that never would have happened, if it weren't for this time that we're living in, And so I do think that like we're all learning some new skills and things that we're gonna take into the post pandemic era, and really use and utilize still. I think it's just really
Totally.
We've gone back to school in some ways here,
Yeah. Well, we used to go live. Like when I remember when we would play at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center at the Pueblo Harvest Cafe, I would go live from it. And now it's like, well, shit, if we go live again, I can use StreamYard and we can go to our YouTube at the same time and we could do all that and like have the inlays that I have and all the graphics and all that stuff. And like we can kind of use it in a more like kind of like when we did the stream from Evangelos and stuff like that, put it to a more public use and stuff. There's still tools, like you were saying, these are crucial tools now. Like earlier, my sister-in-law was saying how her father was talking to his brothers out in like Pennsylvania and stuff through Zoom and all that. So it's like, it's definitely a tool that across the board, you don't have to be a musician to like need these tools, like their means of communication now. School is all like this now, you know what I mean? And lessons, a lot of stuff like that. So like, it is like having to have a grasp on it is very important, and it doesn't take too much. Like if you can use your usual smartphone, like it's pretty much all the same. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, your daughter now with all the computer stuff that she's doing, she's like computer savvy. And I kind of feel like, well, if you spend that much time with it, you'll get that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm all smart with a computer until I get around like computer programmers and real people. And then I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. But like just the very basic knowledge that I do have, I do feel a little bit more better about it because of just a little bit of time too. And it's not like we're like, oh, I went and I took an 8-hour class how to do this. It was just like, no, I read for like an hour and like troubleshooted. It did a lot of trial and error,
Right.
A lot of that. That's what that is, So
yeah, it's a trip, but I do think we'll take these tools and just be better at marketing.
And then we're gonna do some plowing of our own.
right.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this to be over and
You're not having fun? You
Get
don't
back.
like it?
What's that?
You don't like what's going on right now?
To be honest, there are some things that I don't mind. Like I love being at home. I love like having a social life too. And the band and going out and playing gigs was my social life. And so that has come to a halt, and I miss that like dearly. But I really do kind of like being at home, and especially in the last few weeks where I finished all my studio projects sort of intentionally, and I've stopped taking work in my studio with the purpose of like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on my own projects, my own music, the things that I'm passionate about, and it's been really nice. So the last couple of weeks, really, especially, it's been kind of nice, my studio's next door to my house. So I'm able to just, I don't really leave this area. I'll go out for a run, or I'll do, we'll go for a walk or a bike ride or something, But other than that, I'm pretty much home.
Right. When you got a lot of cool shit at home, you don't really need to go anywhere.
And it has its ups and downs for sure, but try to make the most of it. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get back. I'm ready to play some gigs.
Totally. Where's the first place you want to play? Where's the first place?
Oh man, there's so many. Like the things that I think about are just like the local kind of gigs the stages that I love, like Nick's at Evangelos and Tomba Root.
Right.
Like the festival stuff is always fun. The Santa Fe Bandstand, the things that would come around, once or twice a year. Those kinds of gigs. But just the sort of everyday thing, where you play a gig and on the break you'd go out and you'd hang out.
And we would do that 2-3 times a week, man. We were doing that 2-3 times a week, so it was like totally like the routine of stuff. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I like nothing else has really changed. Well, some of the business that we have definitely is dropped and everything is doing what it does, but that missing that is like a big part also, that social life too, of that hang. It's like, well, okay, I'm fine hanging out because I love my house, and it's a good place, and I did a lot of work. We did a lot of work on our own house, and I feel really comfortable living in my spot, so I'm happy to be home. And that's what Dave Chappelle said I saw him on Joe Rogan. He's like, this is that time right now that this moment makes you think about your choices. Did you make good choices in life, And he's like, I feel good about my choices, And I mean, he's like, I feel good about who I'm with and my kid. These are the things that, I think just if you were smart before, you'll be okay here too, because you set yourself up to be with things that you love, and want to be with, right? And we were lucky to find people in our lives that we can hang with, and do things. And that's important, to have that something there. I feel for people that are by themselves at this holiday, and, and I don't front on them for having to, feeling they had to, go visit with family, this time. It's hard, man, like it's, like we all have to help each other out in this together right now. And we have to be kind and gentle to each other. There's a lot of rhetoric, and I'm guilty of getting pissed off as hell at things, but right now it's like, that's not doing any good for anything right now, including myself. So just try to be generalized love and, still fight against the things I fight against. It's not like giving up, but it's like the same tactic is still, it's not working in a sense, we're just, hey, and I feel for the musicians being out of work, even though I'm like, we can't work right now. It's kind of dangerous to do this, But when dudes do gigs, I mean, I know it, man. Hey, if maybe I was in that situation, I might be all over that gig too. I was just thinking about that earlier, like we had that carrot dangled in front of us a few times, and that was like not cool to pass those up.
It's so hard. It's so
It
hard
goes against every fiber in your body about what you do. You're like,
right, totally.
I was just like,
you never want to turn a gig down, but now you're like,
I mean, dude, there'd be times where we're deathly sick and we still make the gig, dude, or something. Like, I mean, there's been those times when it's like, I mean, dude, we've had people just be ill and we still make the gig happen. We did stuff, and so it just really was very anti-normal.
Now we gotta
that'll be like in this, once things start, kicking back on, like I do think that like people, whenever they're feeling ill, if they might take on a different attitude, because all of us have been like had a cold or whatever, and we're like,
oh yeah, and I'm like, here you go, Gil, take it. Yeah, I'm sick. Cool.
How sick are you though, bro? Like, are you
how sick are you? Oh, okay,
you got the sniffles? You got a cough? Oh, okay, bro, I'm cool.
We've all done the thing where I got a cold, bro, so I'm not gonna give you the
right.
So we'll just we'll do the fist bump instead. We
I might even still wear a mask, bro, when I'm sick.
Oh, yeah,
like
no, exactly.
If I'm like, hey, I'm catching a cold, Oh, bro, I'm
Right.
gonna be like, hey guys, I'm catching a cold because I'm gonna have a freaking mask
Mask
on,
might be
man.
a common thing. Sometimes, like I kind of maybe I'm a little crazy, but sometimes I kind of like having the mask on.
Anonymity, the
Yeah.
anonymity of the
Yeah, whenever
mask.
if I have to run to the grocery store or whatever, and then
Oh no,
Yeah,
totally, dude.
you don't have to fake a smile or show a smile. You could just be like, it
But you
just
can
looks like
also like
that. It just
I
looks like
remember
that.
at one of the grocery stores I read there was like an old friend from Cruces, like someone I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was like, I think that's them, but they had a mask on and I had a mask on, so I was able to be like, "Laters, I'm going this way." Like I don't necessarily need to stop for small talk.
avoid that awkward hello.
Right? Yeah. I'm like out later, peace, bro.
Okay. That's it. That's all we have to talk about.
But then
Right.
I go. There's some, I have to go into a place here and there, to essential things here and there, and
Sure.
I try to go local, when I can. But I walk in and hey, how's it going? They recognize me, like even I got my sunglasses on and a hat and then the mat, and it's like they're like, hey, how's it going? They
Right.
know what's up. So like eventually they start saying, I'm like, I think I just wear the same clothes. I'm not. I mean, this is my getup, sort of. These
Right.
are
They're
my.
like,
These
there's
are.
Randy
You
the
haven't
Hunter.
seen this, yeah? And then my slippers, bro.
They're like, there's that guy that's always
You wanna see
hunting,
my, you
man.
wanna see
They're
my
like,
feet?
Those ankles.
Ah.
oh yeah, let's plug your OnlyFans, your feet site,
my
bro.
my OnlyFans, my feet
Your Randy,
site.
your feet site, Randy Sanchez. If you want to see Randy Sanchez's
Want to
feet,
see my feet?
he
$10 a month.
squishes cake between his toes just to
Dude,
get
I'm
a
gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna put like right now. I'm gonna do pumpkin pie. And I'm gonna squish the
Nice.
pumpkin pie in
Pumpkin
between my
pie between his
toes.
toes, bro.
Ten
You'll be
dollars
rich
a
in no
month.
time.
Ten
Wait,
dollars a
There's some
month.
weirdos. Weirdos are gonna line up
Dude,
around,
yeah, we could do that, and then we could do that as a band. All of us,
right?
our feet like scrunch and stuff, with our
I may
music
do
in
one
the
of those.
background, with the license. Dude, we could totally do just feet and just sell it
No,
on
my
OnlyFans.
specialty is chewing really loud. I'll be like,
Just all kinds of annoying stuff, man. That's
I'm
our
chewing
new
in the
thing.
mic.
We need to try things differently. Is what we need to do.
Right. That's what you said, right, Dennis?
That's
Dennis
what you
was like,
said,
think
right?
outside,
He's like not that literal, but something like that.
right, think outside the box.
You guys are great. That's when I leave Nosotros. Once you start doing like stuff.
Like weirdness like that, yeah.
Cool.
So anyway, enjoy your holidays. That's where I got my songs from. Christmas
nice.
classics for acoustic guitar.
That's cool. It's all for dummies.
Well, and it's funny because Jingle Bell Rock is actually where the staples are. It's the middle of the book, so that's probably why I was like, "Oh, hi, that's a good one." Yeah, it like opened right
it
up
opens
to
it
it. It stays there and stuff. So
Right. And that's been in like all kinds of stuff. Like if you've seen Home Alone and like every Christmas movie, I think even Die Hard. And
well, I totally forgot until we got there that it was all. I forgot that. I was like, "Oh, well, forget it, man."
Right. Like,
But I wanted to fly tonight, like off the, just like whatever, I didn't want to.
Randy Sanchez and his flying guitar.
My flying
Right.
guitar.
Right. Well, that's what the format is really
It's a
too.
parrot.
Like I think
I suck.
with it is to step away from that. Like this is Nosotros, but like again, we're influenced by so much, and we got a lot of stuff going on musically that it's nice to talk about that and step away from that. Like believe me, people, our Christmas song that's coming out is gonna be salsa. It's gonna be Latin. You'll be able to dance to it and groove to it. It'll be in Spanish and English. It's gonna be a bilingual thing. But yeah, you know what I mean? So like it'll be nosotros, you know what I mean? But there's times it's nice to step away and just appreciate, like how you were saying you want to do a songwriter night where like you play Beatles songs and stuff, because though we play Latin music, we still love the Beatles. And actually I've heard some really great Latin arrangements of Beatles music, like some salsa stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like that kind of stuff, everything kind of transfers. Like that song I did from Crucis Band was a country song and I did it reggae. Like, music kind of doesn't hold any form like that. You can do like same thing too with the Nohe Santos. You sent me that copy of Feliz Navidad, and it doesn't sound like any version of Feliz Navidad that I heard, but it's Feliz Navidad. I really like it, but I dig it because of that, of making it your own and having that arrangement that sounds true to your sound and stuff like that. So I'm a real big supporter of that, because people, in a way, that's what we've done to find our sound with Nosotros is putting all that together. And and all that. But
Right.
so.
Cool,
But
man.
I think maybe it's about that time, right? Well, let's get
Thank
back.
you.
It's time to go eat some more turkey. I gotta go make me an open face sandwich and slather it in gravy and stuff. So we thank y'all for tuning in tonight and checking it out. I really thank much love and thanks to Mr. Johnny Visible, Drunk Mouse, Liquid Cheese, Crazy Fool. He did all my graphics and stuff for this, the Exchange. This is episode 6. I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And big ups and thanks to my brothers Dennis and Randy and to Precious Amalia. And we thank y'all for joining us tonight. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great holiday, just laying about, chilling with your family. We hope you're staying safe and staying healthy out there. And stay tuned. Make sure you check out Nohe Isu Santos at noheisusantos.com. And you can also check out their Bandcamp. Does Nosotros have a Bandcamp?
Yeah.
So just do Nosotros music.
Nosotros music at Bandcamp. So
Bandcamp.
tomorrow, Bandcamp will be waiving all the fees. So any music that you buy and download tomorrow, all the proceeds will go directly.
I mean, they're great. They take a small fee. It's kind of small as it is, but it's whatever we can get back. It's great, So
totally,
they're our Netflix at the moment.
No, right? Totally.
Nosotros, if you buy stuff through the Nosotros website, like anytime, it's always
same thing with Nohe Isu Santos. Yeah,
if you buy directly from the website, so that's a good way to support music and musicians during this time right now. And that would go out to any musician that if they have a website, go directly to the website, get that music and stuff from them. Show the love and all that. And we thank y'all for tuning in tonight and being with us. And we will see you next time. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to you. I'm going to take us out here with this is Somos Uno by Nosotros. This is a great track here. This one here about love and unity. We need more of that these days. So thank y'all tonight. We will see you next time on The Exchange. Much love and thanks again to Mr. Dennis Jasso and Randy Sanchez. Y'all have a good night and have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Stay home. Stay masked up. Stay healthy. And we will see y'all next time.
Tell your people it's a time to realize. Doesn't matter who you worship in each other's eyes. Hanging and we stand together.